Good morning everybody. It's another trip to Thetford Forest. We've had a lot of rain over the last 48 hours and 2 or 3 days before then. So hopefully now there'll be the start of a few bits and pieces coming up. So as you can see, Farley's behind me and he's ready and waiting to go to the forest. So let's see what we find. Well, we've arrived at Thetford Forest. So just having a little look in my usual spot. And then I'll be moving into the forest a bit more, so we'll see what we find. Hopefully, fingers crossed, we find something of interest. And maybe just really be lucky enough to get the odd bolete coming up. So I'll let you know when we find anything. Here we've found one of the Russula family, as you can see. There we go. Let's see if it's got those flaky, yeah, there, you can see those like flaked almonds when you rub the gills. I don't know which one it is because the colour's faded. Could have been purple, could have been pink or red. There's lots of colours, there's yellows, but that's the first brittle gill of the morning of the Russula family. Some people eat them, quite a lot of them. I think there's only one that's not edible, and I think the test is you take a little bit off the cap and you chew it and you leave it on the end of your tongue for 20 or 30 seconds, and if it's peppery and burns your tongue then you can't eat it, and if it doesn't have an effect on your tongue then you can eat it. That's the test that most foragers do, but I've never really wanted to try them, to be honest. So we'll lay him back down here, let him spread his spores about, and we'll carry on and see what else is in store. Well, here we've got a few fairy ring mushrooms, champignon. So the rain's definitely helped those, and there's a few about, so we'll be picking those. Those can go into the basket. There's another nice one, look. 2. So let's see what else we can spot. Here we've got what looks like a blusher. Yeah, it's a blusher, but the rains have worn the cap. So we look at that little frilly skirt and we see all those little saturations, all those little lines. So we know that that is a blusher, which a lot of people collect to eat. I don't eat them myself, I never have tried one, but that's the blusher. But all those little spots that we find, if you remember last week's blusher had all those beautiful little spots stuck to it. With this one the weather's cleaned off, he's a little bit old. So we'll put him back, let him spread his spores about, and we'll see what else we can find. Here we've found some lovely yellow staghorn. See it all growing? It's growing everywhere on this old stem. There. When you get these old tree stumps that are covered in moss, it's always a good idea to stop and have a look, because you can get all sorts growing, especially the yellow staghorn. and the candle snuff, you'll get that as well. But there you go, some lovely fresh yellow staghorn, nice and yellow. When it dries out and it's been there a while, it will go that real deep colour, sometimes deep orange, nearly red. So let's go on and see what else there is about. Well, I've been saying how the rain hopefully will bring the boletes out, and I'm thinking, I don't know if anybody can see, but there's a little brown cap. Can you see it? Just about at the end of my fingertip. There we go. Let's have a look. It looks to me like a lovely bolete. Look at that. Lovely big bolete. It'll be sticky on the cap. Yep, lovely and sticky where the rain's got to it. But that will definitely be going into my basket. So I'll just take a couple of pictures and then I'll pick it and we can have a look at it. Right, I've took some nice pictures of him and let's pick it now. There we go. Look at that long stem. See that big long stem? That's very unusual for a bolete. You can see those pores underneath are just starting to slightly turn a bit yellow. When they're young, they'll be nice and white. So he's just getting on a little bit, but he's definitely going into the basket. So let's move on. Now we've found one, let's see if we can find some more boletes. Well, I got that smell, that rotten meat smell, so I knew there was one somewhere. Here we go. The stinkhorn, and the flies are still taking all that liquid, sticky solution off the end, which is the spores to spread around. It's nearly completely stripped, look. So let's see what else we can find. Here we go. We're definitely in Stinkhorn area. This one's nice, fresh. The flies haven't quite got to it yet. There he is. See that liquid? That sticky browny colour liquid, greeny brown liquid. That is where the spores are. And that's what the flies will carry away on their feet. So this fungi is a very clever little chap, because he knows that if he smells of rotten meat, he'll attract all the flies. And the flies will take that stuff away and spread the spores all over the forest. So that's why they do it. So there's the stinkhorn. It's quite smelly, so I think I'd better move on. Now we've got to remember just to keep an eye out in any little mossy areas for the yellow staghorn. You can see here it's quite a open piece of mossy grass, and there's a lovely staghorn growing. Usually find them on stumps, and oh, there's another piece, look. There we go, there's another piece growing in that moss. And another piece under here, just come up. So you have a close look in the mossy areas and you'll find them. You'll find them hiding away. Well, it definitely is stinkhorn morning. Look at this lovely fresh one. That's 3 we've found. You can smell, when you come to a patch, you can really smell that stench of rotten meat. Oh, hold on, we've got another one hiding in here. Here we go. It's another one hiding. Another fresh one. These must have come out in the night. Look at that. Clean, brand new, not a fly on it. So let's carry on, see if there's any more stinkhorns about. Well, surprise, surprise. Look what we've found. Heading back towards the car park. Not just that. Also a second one here. Look at the size of them. They're big boys. The flies have found these two, but they're fresh also. So it's definitely a stinky all morning. Definitely. So let's carry on back towards the car, see what else we can find. Now I just wanted to mention, you might be walking through the woods or forest and it all looks very much the same. Beech trees, pine trees. And you might find that some of the stumps have got a piece of wood stuck in the top of them, or an old beer bottle stuck on the top of them, or well, these can be location markers. So you can find an area that's good at maybe penny buns or saffron milk caps, and you don't want anyone to find them, but you want to know whereabouts they were so that you remember, and people will put markers on them. I myself don't bother, but some of the people that gather mushrooms here at Thetford Forest, they come and take like bagfuls at a time. I mean carrier bagfuls. I carry my basket around. If I find something that there's 5 or 6 of, I'll take a couple and leave the rest, like most of us should. But these people strip the place. So these what look like pieces of litter that might be, or you might think kids have stuck a stick in the top of an old rotten stump. A lot of times them places are worth having a look round, because somebody could well have used them as a location marker. So if you're out looking for mushrooms and you see some of these unusual looking bits and pieces, just have a look. Doesn't hurt, just have a little look for 5 minutes. You never know, that area might be really good for something. So I just thought I'd let you know anyway, because some people might have noticed bits and pieces stuck on stumps and marks on trees and all sorts. So that's why I had to stop and look at this wonderful bunch of yellow staghorn growing on this old branch, decaying branch. Look, there's more coming up further up here, look. Oh no, there's quite a few here, look. On this one, look at that under there. I've never seen so much in one group. Look at that, growing out of that moss. More on the top here, more down the side here. It's coming out everywhere here. The rains have certainly helped the staghorn, and I've got that horrible smell again. So I'm guessing somewhere around here there's a stinkhorn. Hopefully we'll miss him this time. Well, that's it for this morning. Quite a successful morning. Found quite a few bits and pieces, so the rain is definitely working. Kingdom fungi is definitely starting to wake up. Hopefully the next 2 or 3 weeks it will really get into it and all the boletes will be up. So thank you everybody for watching to the end. Feel free to share, like and subscribe. We're getting more subscribers every week now. which is good. It helps build the channel. Also means you get a notification for when every time I put a new video on. Doesn't cost a penny, so share with your friends and tell them to subscribe. So all there is left to say is have a good Thursday, everybody, and keep your eyes open.